Today we're going to do Parmigiana sauce with meatballs. Very old recipe. Now, this was done way back over 100 years ago, this recipe. I have peeled and sliced eggplant. Now, I've salted them. The purpose in salting them prior to cooking, if you see, you get all this moisture coming out. Now, by getting all that moisture coming out, you're removing the bitterness out of the eggplant. So, and this takes around about 3 hours. Just salt it, leave it for 3 hours, and we're going to squeeze the water out. Squeeze it. Yeah, we're going to sort of go like that, and this is all that moisture, that bitterness. And if you're ever doing Parmigiana, this is a real way you should be doing it, because you just don't want that bitterness in your food. So that's squeezed enough. And we keep doing this until we've done it all. See, look at all the water that actually comes out. And by doing this as well, you don't absorb the oil in the cooking process. They stay not that oily. And you know, the last thing you want to do is just eat so much oil. Do you want to finish squeezing them? Yep. And then you get each slice, see how they're nice and thin? You fry them. Now, I've put virgin oil in here, and the amount that I've put is just to have a layer of oil in your pot. So depending your size of your pot, that's what you do. Now, I've put virgin oil.
It's a lot of water, isn't it?
There is. And see that?
How many eggplants is this?
I've got 2 large eggplants.
All right.
See all that water that you're taking out?
Yeah.
When you go to cook it, and if you don't do this, that's the amount of oil it would absorb.
Okay.
So that's the purpose of it. So we're frying it.
You better do a good job then.
Yes, you better do a good job.
Okay.
And you just sort of see that there's no dripping water. They're really, really nice, and all the bitterness is removed. Doesn't matter if they break off or whatever, you know, it is what it is.
You're gonna fry this out, all right?
Yes.
What, until it's golden brown?
They have to be cooked. Yeah, they have to be brown on both sides, because then we have to do another process.
Okay.
So we'll just
So this doesn't take long to do, though.
No. Because they're so thin. They're not actually very thick. So I haven't really cut them thick. They're yeah, and all this is 2 eggplant. If you like more eggplant, you can do it. This will serve a minimum of 4 to 6 people.
Okay, so
And look at all
just
the water.
for that,
Yeah, look
we've
at
got
all
a lot
the
of water. If you can
that's
see it,
come out.
can you see that?
And that's not counting the one it's drained off. We
Yeah.
would have drained off about another that much.
Well, it's about half a cup of water. Half a cup.
Oh, it's almost a cup. A cup. Out of 2
Yeah.
eggplants, I think about 2 cups of water came out on their own. I didn't put the water in. It came out of the actual.
And we ran out of gas.
Of course we did.
Thank God. So we just made and
Now we are frying the eggplant. Whoop, other way. There we go. You're gonna flip it. Again, not using the tongs.
I've got a fork this time. Oh, there's a
Oh, there was a baby one under there. Oh,
That's
that's
like
dodge.
the unexpected baby cow that gave birth in the paddock the other day.
Yeah, that was an oopsie.
That was a lovely surprise.
Yes, we did not know that she was pregnant.
And all of a sudden the grandchild went, "What's that?"
She was pregnant by the guy next door. The bull next door. Alright, so we're going to keep on flipping it and cooking these out, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Okay, now we've finished frying them, and we've put them all in a dish. And what we're going to do, so you don't get much out of them.
yeah.
We're going to try to put them all in a heap. So we're going to chop them up, and then we're going to let them aside till we make our bolognese sauce for the meatballs, and then we're going to throw these in there. So this, just roughly chop it. Oh, maybe I should use this big knife. I'm always using the wrong thing.
We've got from little to really extra large.
Pretty much. Oh, it doesn't matter.
It's like the size of our plates. No, on tray here, only mains.
Straight to mains.
Yeah, I'm a nice size 8.
And I must be a 4. Oh, so yeah, just chop them all up till, you know, just
They don't have to be exactly the
No,
same. A bit of
no.
this and a bit of that.
now, because when we're going to put it in the sauce, this
Yeah.
will actually sort of blend in. You won't even notice.
It'll like melt away.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
actually, yeah. So,
All right, so
that's it. Now we'll leave this
yeah.
the way it is for later.
Yeah,
We'll make
don't
our.
break my plate.
Oh, it's all right. Okay, it's all nice and cut up.
Yeah, Master Chef with the knife. Yeah,
That's it, that's
oh
it.
my god.
That's it.
Oh.
Okay, so
All right.
we'll leave that for later. We'll go on to the sauce next.
All right, so we'll do the sauce next.
Okay, continuing, we're going to make a sauce so we can do the Parmigiana. I've put just a layer of oil, virgin oil on there just to cover the base. And we're going to put, I've diced some onions very finely. This is onions. And, I've diced here through 2 onions, sorry. I'm going to put half, which is 1 onion. Let it sizzle, and you're going to put half to brown. And then this is our sauce that we actually sell online. We actually home make it ourselves. We only can make it once a year because the tomatoes that we use are homegrown and all the ingredients are organic that we grow. There's no preservatives and it's authentically made Italian sauce. And
So this one's already, it's been already produced. So it's not
Yeah.
like the normal one that is just tomatoes.
no, this has got your...
It's been cooked out.
Yes.
It's got your onion, you've got your garlic, oregano, basil, salt,
yes.
pepper.
Yes.
So it's already ready to go.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do to this, I'm going to add half a kilo of mince to it. And I'm going to sweat it down. So we can make like a bolognese sauce with it first. And then going to add the sauce to it. So once this is all nicely sauteed, we're going to add this sauce. Do you want to open it, John? I'm going to put a little bit of salt, just for the meat itself.
Stuff.
Yeah. And this sauce, you only can make it once a year. That's why the Italians have a certain time of year that they make it, because that's the only time you can make it because of the flavour of the tomatoes. And it's a certain type of tomato as well. And if you don't use that particular tomato, your sauce won't be as nice. It's not like your commercially made one.
Yeah, some of the commercially made ones have a lot of sugar in them.
And they also have preservatives in that.
Yeah.
This does not have preservative in it.
Yep.
We don't put preservative, it's natural. And once you've opened, if you don't use it, it can stay in the fridge up to 10 days.
Yep.
Okay, so it's got no preservatives, it's all ready to go. Now I've sweated out this onion and
Cook the mince.
yes.
Basically nearly cooked.
Yeah, it's basically cooked. I'm not going to add anything else to it because everything is in the sauce, like your herbs and everything else. But if you like to add some crushed pepper to it or extra herbs that you may like, you can add it at this stage. But I feel the herbs that are in the sauce is more than enough.
One fair enough?
We're going to make it for everybody today. Well, I think we're 6. So I'll put a full jar.
And that size is
This is 750. Yeah. So this would comfortably serve 4, that particular one. And I might put just one more. It'll be a lot, but you could always use it for something else, the sauce. That's it. We're going to pour it in. And we'll let it cook and heat up for a little while. You don't normally have to, but I personally like to cook it for about another hour. but you don't have to on a normal. It can go straight on.
Because the meat
pasta.
sort of like mingles with the sauce now.
Yeah, that's why I like
Gives
to
it that
cook
meat
it for
flavour.
about an hour. So once it's cooked for an hour, we'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the meantime, while the sauce is cooking, we'll make the meatballs my way, the way I normally make. And this recipe here, you can also use it as hamburger patties. I'm going to salt the meat.
How much meat is in that?
This is half a kilo.
Half a kilo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I normally, when I do the half a kilo, I do it in half, do hamburger patties and plus meatballs because it is a lot. I'm going to add garlic. Now these are 4 cloves. I'm going to put like 2 cloves in it, into the mixture. And then I'm going to put continental parsley. I finely chopped it all. And I'm going to put like 2 tablespoons of it into the mixture of chopped continental parsley. And in this mixture, we're going to put some breadcrumbs. I put 1 cup. Yep.
A cup or half a cup?
No, give me a cup, please. We're going to put a cup of breadcrumbs, and then with that as well, I'm going to use some Parmesan cheese. As you know, we love our Parmesan cheese. So a cup of Parmesan as well. I'm going to put a cup of
Breadcrumbs. That's breadcrumbs.
breadcrumbs and a cup of Parmesan.
Yep.
And with this, we normally I use free-range eggs, and we actually sell these on their website as well. And they're from Cranbourne, this particular farm. And it's so cute to see all these chickens outside.
Okay.
So they definitely are free-range.
Did you want how many eggs?
Yeah, we'll have about 4 eggs, please. Just break them in here, we'll be fine.
4 eggs?
Yeah.
Minus the eggshells?
Yeah, don't put any eggshells. It adds a bit of crunch.
Yeah, bit of crunch.
So we're mixing all these with some eggs, and you can tell it has to be like a nice moist constant. Let's see. Yeah, another one would be great. So, but sometimes your eggs vary in size. So
These were 700s.
yeah, but even if you do get, sometimes they actually even vary depending on what brand you use as well. But for half a kilo of mince, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 1 cup of Parmesan, 2 tablespoons of continental parsley, and about 2 cloves of minced garlic. I used it, it's all fresh garlic. I used the fresh. And you need a little bit of salt for the meat as well. So realistically, it just has to be like that. It's just right. It's not too soft and not too hard. This mixture took 4 eggs, but if you're using smaller eggs, you may have to put an extra one. And to make, I've got for the meatballs. To make the meatballs, we normally like to have them not too big, about that size, like say like a 10-cent piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, prefer that size.
You can make them bigger.
Yeah,
If you want.
If you want. And just make how many you think your family will eat once we put them into the sauce.
If you don't use it all, you can also freeze it for next time.
You can freeze
If the meat wasn't frozen.
Yes, so long as the meat wasn't pre-frozen, you can do it for your next lot, or you can even prepare them like this and just put them in a little container and defrost them. The other thing that because my grandson doesn't like pasta, so what I do with this mixture, I actually make patties for him, like a hamburger, because he's not a pasta eater. He never has been. So I make patties like that, and you just grill or fry them, whatever you choose to.
Make them on the Barbie.
On the Barbie as well.
Yeah.
And these as well, if you think it's too much to use up, you can freeze and put it flat on some
Put it on baking. You put it on baking paper too until they get frozen, and then crack them in the
and
in a
like
pack.
that. Yeah, so I wanted sort of to make, maybe we'll have these for lunch today. That's an idea with maybe a salad. Yeah, so that's what we're doing, and once we've done all these, then we shall put them in the sauce, the little meatballs.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to you.
Yeah. Now, the sauce has been cooking for about an hour, and it's at the right point. It's nice and red and good flavour. So what we're going to do, we're going to put these little meatballs in there so they can cook. They only take 10 or 15 minutes because they're not very big. They're only the size of the 10-cent coin.
We don't fry our meatballs up. Some people fry their meatballs before putting it in the sauce.
I find they're a bit dry when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This way, and also being a little bit smaller, the actual sauce goes into it a lot more.
Yeah. So
Okay.
those meatballs have flavour because of the garlic, the onion, and the parsley and cheese.
Now here, if you remember, we cooked the eggplant and we diced it all up, and this is the result of it. What we're going to do, we're going to add this into the sauce. That's that. And we let this cook for about 15 minutes so the meatballs can actually cook into it.
And all the flavours mingle as well now because you've added the eggplant in that sauce.
Yes, the eggplant actually adds another dimension to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back in 10 minutes. Okay, so now this is all ready. We're back to the sauce, and it's been cooking for 15 minutes. The meatballs are cooked.
Yep.
And what we need to do is add, this is half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Actually, we'll do it off the heat. Do you want to switch the heat off, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's better off the heat or else you get all these splashes. Now we've got half a cup of Parmesan. We're going to add it to the sauce where the meatballs and the eggplant is. And you stir it until it becomes nice and thick. And this is half a cup.
Just hang on a minute. Well, I'll come closer so they can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I've got to add, and I've added a half a cup of
It's not stopping. Okay.
Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to add just under half a cup of bread crumbs, and that should do the trick. And it should be this yummy.
Still got to stir it.
Yeah, I know.
Still got bits in it.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to show, to see if you get give me that plate there.
No, we're not getting that plate.
Oh, we're not getting that plate.
Hang on. I'll come back to you.
This is the thickness on it. It almost looks like a thick soup, and I'm just going to put some on a plate. It's supposed to go on pasta. I'm going to put some on a plate so it's not runny, it's nice and thick. There's some meatballs in there. This goes on pasta. Also, if you've got a schnitzel, put it on a schnitzel, and it's just to see what it tastes like. We'll see, because it's got the eggplant as well, don't forget. And the flavour should be, it's good.
Yep.
Can you taste the Parmesan at all?
Taste Parmesan.
Or we need more Parmesan?
No
No
more
more cheese.
No more cheese. Going back to hard bread, you could probably put on some hard toasty bread.
You could.
On the top, or dippy.
And the eggplant is really, really good in it.
So we've currently got penne cooking. So we're going to show you what it looks like once it's all mingled and what it looks like with the pasta. But it tastes really nice, guys.